If you enjoy this video or find it informative, I would ask you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell beside it. Leave a comment and maybe hit the like button on the video. That just helps this video do a little better, helps this channel grow, and I would love it if you could become a part of the community here by getting involved on a daily basis as I upload videos every day. Thank you very much. Enjoy the video. Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Okay, what do we have for you today on this episode? We have for you this man who is a Trump supporter from Australia, because despite what the mainstream media will tell you, he has a lot of supporters worldwide because he represents freedom. He represents a shining light in a sea of globalist darkness. Now, this man owns a vegan cafe in Sydney, Australia. He has recently said on social media that despite the criticism from his local community that his cafe is a Trump safe space. Trump supporters can go there, they can order coffee and sit and have a civil discussion. That wasn't good enough for not only the alphabet community but the Australian left, which made it go viral, and then it became the Australian left became the global left, and they're all descending on him, giving him all kinds of grief. They're trying to organise boycotts of his cafe. They want him to go out of business. Why do they want him to go out of business? Because he said his shop would cater towards Trump supporters. So that's what we've got on the Hoggcast for you today. Sorry, my door's just blown open. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell and share this video around. That'll help me stay competitive with the likes of CNN and MSNBC. Okay, let's get into the video. Okay, so the vegan shop owner, whose name is Mark Da Costa, said, and I'm quoting him here, "I don't want your money." This is in response to the critics and people who are targeting his shop, because the critics who are onto him because he is providing, quote, a safe space for Trump voters. He's hit back at them saying, well, look, you're going to have to go somewhere else. And now you see where this is going already. It's turning into an S show already. This is going to harm his business terribly. But he's only human, so he's only going to respond in kind, because I'll tell you something, people who like Trump, people who support Trump, have had about enough of being targeted by the radical left, the woke brigade, SJWs, all of the people who claim to be oppressed, always seem to be the ones who are very eager to do a little bit of oppressing of other people, I find. So it says how a sharp-tongued vegan cafe owner who branded his business a safe space for Trump voters has hit back at, see, it says they're customers who boycotted his store. Now, yes, customers have boycotted his store, but the bulk of the criticism of him has come from online, from places as far afield as the United Kingdom and America, Canada, all over the place, because it went viral, because the woke left wanted it to go viral. They used the likes of Twitter, which, as you know, is a very toxic environment. And they used Twitter to say, hey, look at this guy. Hey, look, these are all the people, bear in mind, who are pro-safe space. So the vocal Donald Trump and Pauline Hanson supporters' social media posts were I hate when they do this. Unearthed. What do you mean they were unearthed? They're up there for anyone else to see. You see, when they use language like this, social media posts were unearthed. It makes them sound underground. It makes them sound toxic. It makes them sound bad. They use language like that on purpose. All of these journalist type people, they litter their articles full of things like this, and they do it on purpose. Because there's a lot of people out there who are low information, and that does not mean that they're low IQ. What it means is they're low information and they're very susceptible to little word tricks, and journalists are very good at using word tricks, little mind trick type things, to make you think a certain way, or at the very least to force you to lean in a political direction you might not want or even know you're leaning in. And when they use words like unearthed, a social media post was unearthed, makes it sound like it's something underground, and things that are underground, things that are hidden, are usually things that are bad. So his support of Donald Trump and Pauline Hanson has been, of course, labelled every kind of ist and obic and ism you can think of course, prompting further backlash from the alphabet community. I find it funny because, so this is Mr. Da Costa here with his excellent Trump t-shirt. I love that t-shirt. I find it very funny about the alphabet community because the alphabet community are very vocal in their belief that they are a highly oppressed group of people, a minority group of people. Yet they always seem to be the ones doing the oppressing, or at least if they are quote unquote oppressed, they will physically try to inject themselves into a situation where they are being oppressed. It's like a victimhood Olympics. Whoever is the most oppressed wins this some sort of bizarre victimhood Olympics. If you want an example on that, I can give you one. Remember the cake shop, the Christian cake and baking shop in the United States, and a couple from the alphabet community wanted to get married in a church, and they wanted this Christian couple to bake them a cake. The Christian couple refused because they said it goes against their belief. The couple, the two men, then tried to force them via a lawsuit. Their case went viral. Everyone attacked the Christian bakery and the couple themselves. And I'm telling you this because in the wake of that, by the way, the Christian couple won the lawsuit. I'm telling you this because after that, the same Christian couple were inundated by people from the alphabet community demanding that they bake them a cake. Demanding. They wouldn't go to any of the other cake shops. No, it had to be that Christian couple. They demanded that they bake them a cake. And that was after the infamous situation which resulted in the lawsuit. But as I told you, they won that lawsuit. Now, why did these people do that? They did it because they want to force you to capitulate to their beliefs. And it's the same here. This man here, he is now being targeted. He has a vegan cafe. So you know that his clientele are already going to be quite left-leaning people, to say the least. When they found out that he said, hey, do you know what? This is going to be a safe space for Trump supporters. We are going to let them come here if they want. They can order a coffee. They can order something to eat and they can sit down like everyone else can. That's not good enough. This man has now become the new Christian couple. He's now the new target. So that's the sign that he put on his cafe. This is a Donald Trump safe zone. Very funny, very good, very nice. So this is the cafe owner.
It's Mark here, the most vegan on the planet. Here to tell you today that we are doing $10 plant-based pancakes from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So if you want Sydney's best pancakes with a side of racism, come and see us. Seats are limited, so make sure you get in here early. See you there.
Now, for those of you that don't understand, I'm sure most of you do, because the people who watch my channel are high information people. But I'm just saying, if there's an odd person who's maybe seeing the channel for the first time, that's Australian humour. He's not being serious, he's just joking. It's a response, it's very similar to British humour, in that he's just wearing the accusations against him like armour. For those of you that are a Game of Thrones fans, I love Game of Thrones. Yeah, I know about season 8, not very good. But one of the earliest episodes involved Tyrion Lannister and Jon Snow, and they were having a discussion about what it meant to be a bastard. And Tyrion, who's a dwarf, said to Jon Snow, when Jon Snow asked him, "What do you know about being a bastard?" Tyrion Lannister turned around and said to him, "Wear what your enemies use against you, like armour. That way it can never be used to hurt you." And this is what this man here, Mark, is doing. The cafe owner, vegan cafe owner. He is wearing the accusations against him like armour and pushing it back on them, because then it can't be used to hurt him. In another post, it continues, Mr. Da Costa told Sydney vegans to go and get... Right. No, he did not tell Sydney vegans to go and get effed, which it says here. See what I mean about how the mainstream media will take things out of context to play low information people like a fiddle. These excuses of journalists are like the Pied Piper, and they'll play a tune and all of the low information people will dance. However, the Pied Piper plays his tune. He'll get them to dance. And it's the same here. In another post, Mr. Da Costa told, let's leave that blank for a second, to go get effed. Now, why do you think this excuse of a journalist left out all of the rest of the post? He just put that bit in, and then he added his own context. He told you that Mr. Da Costa was telling specifically Sydney vegans. No, he wasn't. Who he was telling it to was the people who were criticising him, the people who were telling him, we're gonna get you shut down, we're gonna do all this type of stuff. You know, the type of stuff they do to get businesses shut down or to stop people from attending, to stop them even being able to open and do business. That's who he was telling to go and get effed. The people who were telling him that he can't do X, Y, Z because they don't like it, because they don't agree with your political leanings. Hey, look, I don't like vegan products, but if I was in Australia, maybe I would check out one of those $10 vegan pancakes. So it continues. We are a business who are only interested in providing a menu which is cruelty-free and sustainable, and refuse to be held ransom to a bunch of broke left-wing university students who think all people must think like them. Perfect. And that's exactly what it is. That when it comes down to it, that is exactly what the situation is. He is possibly going to be ruined financially, and his business is his dream. Like anyone who owns a business, their business becomes their passion, their project, their dream, their goal, their aspiration, their mission and purpose in life. And a bunch of broke college students, to use his phrase, are going to try to ruin him, whereas they are living off mummy and daddy, living in the basement rent free. They don't know what life's about, but they're going to try and ruin him. Why? Because he said he is willing to offer services to Trump supporters, which he should do. So it continues that he has apologised for his self-confessed derogatory, rude behaviour towards the alphabet community, and yeah, that's fine, he shouldn't have rose to the bait, but that isn't the point. He didn't throw the first stone. They are trying to ruin his business, his reputation. They're going to leave all kinds of phony negative responses to it, and I'm not talking about the alphabet community as a whole, I'm just saying that individuals. Do you think that they are going to apologise to him? I appreciate he's being the bigger man here and saying, look, I apologise for saying what I did, but you have to remember his business is under threat. And what I'm saying there is backed up by what it says here in the article, where the saga began when a university student, of course, you know the type, left-wing socialist, well steeped in CRT, all of it, you know the type, screenshotted from Mr. Da Costa's private social media accounts to a popular online group of, for vegans. And of course, they weren't having it at all. They were enraged, like they want to be enraged, that he was allowing a safe space for Trump supporters to go there without being heckled and insulted, etc., etc. All of the type of stuff we're used to. And of course, after that university student posted it, it went viral. All of the Twitterati, the blue check marks, the socialists, the whole shooting match came after him, wanted to shut him down, not just in Australia, but as far afield as United Kingdom, USA, Canada. All went after him. Like I said, social media users have flooded review websites to leave negative ratings and comments. So he's apologised for his response to this, all of this. That's his family business. That's his dream, his project, his passion to run his cafe in peace and quiet. But he can't now. They've flooded the websites, all the reviews with negative, false comments, reviews. They've never even been there. They're college students who have never worked for anything in their life, have never had a project, an aspiration that you've worked at day in, day out. He has. I have. A lot of other conservatives have. Because conservatives build things, left-wing people destroy things. It's the way it's always been. One enraged but tolerant liberal says, "You may have a few Trump supporters on board in the social chat, but when most of them aren't even vegan, who's going to bring in the revenue now that you've alienated most of your customer base?" Well, one, you don't have to be vegan to eat in a vegan cafe. And see, that's how their brains work. Everything's all segregated. They just love that segregation. And secondly, he's making the assumption, and this person probably isn't even from Australia, but he's making the assumption that simply stating you support Donald Trump is going to alienate everyone else in the city. It'll alienate people like you because you're just an absolutist who can't bring yourself to even sit and drink a cup of coffee in the same building as someone who has a different opinion. Honestly, it rattles my brain. It rattles my brain. Another said, "This guy is a nutcase. Why would any intelligent individual eat or drink at his establishment? The place will be closed within 6 months." You know what? One part of your comment I agree with. Yes, it will be closed in 6 months. It will be closed because of the actions of people like you. Because you will make it your business to ruin him because he has a different opinion. And don't talk to me about intelligent individuals. If you're intelligent, why have you made it your business to destroy another man? A sign of intelligence is tolerance. And if you're that intolerant that you cannot live with a man having an establishment that will let Trump supporters in, that doesn't shine badly on him, that shines badly on you. I always find it's the people who like to talk about how intelligent and educated they are always the most narrow-minded. But you're right, sir. You are right. His business will be shut in 6 months because of the actions of people like you. You see, if you opened a cafe and you said it's a safe space for Biden voters, do you think Trump supporters would do this to you? Of course not. So tell me again, who is the ism and who is the ist? Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell and share this video around. That'll help me stay competitive with the likes of CNN and MSNBC. Thank you and goodbye.